Okay, we are ready to go. This is Lichess Titled Arena September 2019. The doctor's ready to roll. Will the doctor get Rebecca Harris? We're going to find out any second. And we are off. It is, in round one, Rebecca Harris. Going for a quick dark square bishop exchange, preserving the bishop and then kicking the knight. No knight g4 on board. Pressure on e4. Defense. A push, met with a push, a kick. Opposite sides castling. f5, a big square given up, but bishop h6 is available now. Trying to eliminate key defenders of the king side. Seems like he's successful with this. Dark square bishop will go down. Robbed now of the master defender. Okay, play on the f-file. This is looking very good for white. Maybe you get a little bit greedy taking the pawn. It's defended. The queen now applying pressure to the knight. The threat here, take the knight, take on f7. Do you even react to this threat? Can you move the knight? Look to crash through here. And he backs off. g4 is nearby. Maybe trying to get the queens off, but knight takes bishop is serious. Very serious. Where does the bishop go? Okay, he's gonna give up a pawn just to negate, to get rid of any attack here. But there still is a lot of pressure. He's going to defend his base points. The king is now improving. He's winning another pawn. This is two clean pawns, all base points covered, no counterplay for black. But he's super fast on the clock. Okay, more pawns are being scooped up. There's now a pass to b pawn. Still a little bit tactical. Get one rook off. Okay, he's shedding a pawn just to make life a little bit easier. And he should have this. The rook is ideally placed, no fancy. He's looking for a trick. He's looking for a trick. Game one, a trickaroni to start the tournament. That's what you had to try, really. He had to be a little bit sneaky. Rebecca Harris. Okay. Sometimes that's how you have to do it, because objectively it's just gone. All right. W in round one. Okay, a slight delay for round two. Marty, 83, FM opponent. Staying out of the f-pawn's way. He's ready to roll. Can maybe still see f4. We are seeing f4 just so the rook is happy. Oh, more than that. He's getting the material right back. So, and he does not want to move with the rook. Doesn't want to give this pawn freedom to move, and you can't take the rook. It's poised and the queen would fall. The knights are circling in. Big holes on the king's side, and the knights are pouncing. Whew. Could probably ignore this. Yes, he is ignoring it. Queen g4, queen takes g2 is serious. How do you stop it? That's not stopping it. Checkmate if you take the knight. Queen's still there. The knight's ready to move with discovery land. Checkmate next. You can't rattle the queen position. Game over. Whew, that's a 21 mover. All right. Oh, Nihal Sarin is in there as well. I didn't see him on the, he wasn't on he wasn't one of the pre-entries. Okay. He's currently in fourth, playing against number one, Alex, FM Alex 108. Another opposite side's castling. He's going to run with the g-pawn. G-pawn running. He's backing off. Maybe looking for this. Doesn't care about losing the g-pawn. Yeah, he's playing once more with this f5. And yeah, he's winning the bishop. That was a stuck bishop. Once more, does not care about the g-pawn. Cares more about open files. H-file, ready to be peeled open. Can't get on this diagonal yet. Still no. So it's not a problem. Pressure on e6. Oh. Ideally placed white rooks, that is for sure. Threat on h7 and e6, just creating a new square for the knight, the only piece that was not contributing to targeting the black king. He's running for his life. The rook is down, it's a full rook, an opposite color bishop position. Yeah, there's nothing here. And what's the plan? I mean, you could go for something like that. Safety moves. You could do anything. Or checkmate. That was the main threat. Yeah. Go for this or that, right? Simplest is best. Queen takes g7. Okay. Another FM opponent. Alright. Fianchetto land on the king side. A very quick f5. Does not care about going uncastled. He'll be happy to get a tempo against the queen. Controlling some nice squares in the center, king side. Those 4 pawns were. This is a big square for white. And he'd like to get here. This is tough to get to now, though. Okay, the pieces are swarming in. The h-file, the rook is happy. How is he going to crack this open here? He's going with a5 first. Okay, queen on f6. Yeah, very controlled position. Okay, now no play on the king side. He's going to focus on the queen side. If he wanted play on the king side, he would have captured en passant. So he's just playing ultra solid here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a queen sack if bishop here was played. That would give black some really nice dark square controls. The king going to come up all the way here as a nice blockader. Is this rook going to come over here, look for a break? No, the knight is now diving in. He's giving up a pawn. Oh, no, it's more than that. He's able to take with check. That sequence there netted him a minor piece. Trying to get some activity, white is, along the e-file. But black is there first. Yep. Queen exchange, looking to crash through here. He could take here right away now. And it is officially over. Well, I shouldn't say officially over. It is over, but not officially. You could do double check if you want. Just take the material and now return. Got mate in a couple, or at least we're getting the queen. Okay, we have a resigner now. It is officially over. The boss is in there. Platty 2. Who's Platty 2? Is this a new account? Platty 2. Not familiar with it. While I was staring at the name, something happened over on the queen side. What was this? Some wing gambit? I saw a3 in there. So Benko-like gambit. Wow. That is a pawn with some great depth, I would say. Can you smash away on g6? He's going for it. Threat here is to take the knight, and then we got mate here, or the check. And now queen takes here, threatening check or checkmate. Yeah. Gonzo. Whew. It's a 23 mover. That's 5 games in a row. The only other flawless player, well, the only other one with 16 is the boss. Georg Meyer, number 11 guy. Number 2, French. He's welcome to an early queen exchange. Double isolated pawns? No, the king's going to scoot over to defend f2. The knight wasn't a great piece on f3 because of f6 in there. And let's see some endgame magic in this symmetrical position. Tricky knights, both on board. Great squares for the knights. Take note. Really good squares. Stop that guy from going anywhere? No, okay, just one rook off? Yes, just one rook off. Black has some nice space over here. He's threatening maybe to dive into b6. I don't know. A rook and a pawn for 2 knights. I think black would be fine with that. You don't want to kick that knight and give up this square, so eyeing up a c4 break and maybe even a knight on c5. Strong piece. These are the best pieces in the position, okay? Playing against e5. Let me transfer the attention over here. You ever going to play this move? Not really. These are big squares to give up to the best pieces. Okay, so now at the moment, the white knight stands a little bit better. He's in a pin. Ooh, can he get out of the pin? I don't think... Is he out of the pin with just that? I guess so. Gonna keep the rook on? Wow, okay, this should be a draw. Objectively a draw, but the clock, yeah, now it is a draw. And it is, yes, officially a draw. Repetition. Okay, so the first, I guess we can say speed bump for the doctor. A draw. He's been extinguished. The boss is not. Still with fire. Who else is on this top page that's sticking out? Yeah. Some other player. Yeah, this one here. This is a new player as well. Italy, eh? Italy, eh? Okay. Shooting for an e4. That's how I see it. Play d3. Okay, so an imbalance. Knight for bishop on board. Fighting against e4. e4's still in there. A fork? I guess could be met with f4. Still shooting for this move. It's shut down. A tempo against the queen. Is the bishop trapped? No. We're going to have some exchanges. Maybe rook here in the end? No, doesn't want to give that up. f4 was a threat there. The queen's out of the way, so the bishop can back up. Trying to now break down the dark squares. And maybe even form a battery. Wants to keep an additional piece around. Trying to sneak in here. A knight, if you can establish it on this square, would be great. Is this working? No, in the end, he's going to be able to get this bishop. Maybe he was trying to calculate that. Let's see. Whoa, look at the clock advantage. Man, 30. He's nearly doubled up. This guy's playing crazy fast. Opposite color bishops. Black has good pieces. He's down a pawn, but very good pieces. Safer king. He's getting the material back. Wow, nice sequence. Trade the queens? No, he's just going to take the pawn. Opposite color bishops. Let's see. 11 seconds. A mouse race. And if it gets to a mouse race, white's going to win, or we're going to have a repetition on board. Wow, this guy was flying. Whoo, first time seeing this player. Who is that? Okay, quick look here. 20, 24, 20. Okay. He is in third. The doctor versus the doctor. What did we have here? It's an exchange Slav. White with the messed up structure, but I guess can be happy that he's traded the bad bishop for white's good bishop, and he's on the attack here for sure. Trying to break down h7. Caveman-like. Rook up and over. Launch a g-pawn. Look for something exciting. Maybe queen here first and then f3. What's the story? Oh, he's going for this. And this, we're going to have a capture. Chop away, mate on g7. Push. Yeah, you're going to take here on g6, yes? Cannot take that knight. Poison. Stay away. Yes, so poison. He says it's better to resign. Okay, 24, 22, 21 is where we stand. Another game, a very fast pairing. GM opponent. I won't even try pronouncing that one. Yeah. Okay, what was this? A Queen's Gambit declined. White still keeping open the option for a central expansion. Yes. Opposite sides castling? No. Same sides castling, both on the queen side. Big square for white to work with on c5. Trying to negate that piece, challenge that piece. Control it, working with the bishop pair now. And is the rook going to play to the b file? White's looking for a break with f4. Is this a concern? Queen here, it might be a concern. May have to play b6. Yeah, maybe just wait for queen here and then b6. Okay, he's taking out the knight. And I think in the end he will be grabbing a pawn. There's no fancy bishop move with check to win the queen. And just wants some more exchanges. And he's going to get that. This rook is a fine defender, for sure. Major piece specific, I think this rook is a little bit funny. I don't know how well placed that rook is. Okay, one rook off. It's technical now. You want a flight square? Do you want a queen exchange? No, queen exchange, maybe there's this. Okay, he's prepared to block. If there's a check on the back rank, there is a check. There's a check there. The king could move, though. The queen is defending the rook. This is... Ooh. Okay, we have a check, and the queen could come back to one of these two to defend. Okay, the pawn's going to run for a little bit. Yeah, there's no attack here. All the base points are covered. For black, he's gobbling up more pawns. He is a sneaky guy. Queen takes. We have a mate in two. Clock situation. Oh, we have a check, check. Oh no, he just did that to divert the rook. It's a mouse race. Gotta go fast. Okay, he still had 3 seconds in the tank. The doctor wins. 23 with fire. The boss has 26, no fire. 22, 22, 20. Wow. Okay, GSVC. Next opponent. The doctor is approaching 3K. 2988. What next? Let's see. He's going to grab some space. No. Recapturing with the knight. Needs to secure d4. White working with the bishop pair. Wants to maintain this duo. Does not want to budge with this pawn yet. Alright. c5 is in. Isolated pawn. Immediately pushed. That is a pawn, though, isn't it? Okay, he's being a little sneaky there. There is that... Yeah, that's a nice move there. This is like double check against the queen. So he's getting a little bit of material. Queen's returning. Oh, counterattack against the rook. Wow, that got very, very, very tactical. Who's coming out ahead? I think white is coming out ahead here, yeah? Wow. It's a game of in-betweeners. In the end, I think white's going to be up a piece. You have to try this? I don't know. No, if you leave your back rank, you're going to get mated. Oh, now he just takes the queen. I think, yeah, no matter what black did at this stage, he was busted. But wow, that one was tough to wrap my head around with. Yeah, too many in-betweeners. Manchester United Pro, a past winner of this event, currently 7th. Okay, let's see. Quick mate threat on board. Trying to hunt the light square bishop. He's got it. And do you back the bishop up at some point and kick the knight? He's once more looking at queenside castle. All the more appealing, since there is a completely opened D file. Here, is this something scary? Now it's a threat. Now it's not. He broke the pin with bishop to b3. He's lining up c4. This was the knight's biggest square. Things are looking very nice for white. Cozier king, I feel. I think there's a way to get at the black king eventually with the f5 break. And the bishops, this is the biggest factor. He has time to hunt as well. This knight is without... it's an unproductive piece, and this queen is now going into Pac-Man mode. Although, black is introducing a threat here to pin and then win the bishop. So, white also has this threat to give a check and take the knight with check. Is there something more? Okay, well, what are you doing here as white? Oh, wow, what a wicked way to defend. So sneaky. He did that in that other game. The queen giving check and then coming in this direction. So fast. Sees these defensive moves. Although this costs some time. He's under 10 seconds now. He's got a passed a-pawn, both players with passed pawns. This knight is a very good defender against these checks. Is he still able to push through? He's getting the queens off? Well, he can't push it. Wow. Let's just stare at the clocks. 4 seconds each. Okay, white's going to get this. He just circled around and gobbled up that knight. No, watch out. Don't take the pawn. It would have been stalemate. Wow, right to the very end. How many of you would have captured here? I would have been one of them. Raising my hand. Watch out for a stalemate. He didn't bite. He didn't take the bait. Okay. Another game. That was another W. Has he lost any yet? Forgetting if he even lost any. Was it just a draw? Anyhow, I am opponent, Hans Moke. Let's see. Dark square bishop's intention. He's trying to go queenside, I guess. Oh. That's painful. Okay, the IM goes down. Let me see. Yeah, no, he's had 2 draws. That's what it is. Okay, maybe the 2 draws is what was making me think that he had a loss in there. Okay, 2 draws. The rest wins. And another pairing against the creep. Creep 30. No, okay, he didn't play against the creep. I played against the creep once. I lost against the creep. I'm 0-1 against creep 30. Okay, the name sounded familiar. What's going on here? How will black get in c5? Let's see. c5 right there. Okay, the knight and the bishop are there supporting c5. All minor pieces still aboard, trying to get rid of this bishop so the knight becomes a beast on this square, although we have a tricky tactic. Very nice. Knight takes, bishop takes. And if bishop takes, we would have had an in-betweener with check. So a cool tactic, netted black a pawn. Very active queen. Now looking for some simplification. Could still go in for that. Also a flight square. I actually would have preferred h5. Oh. Piece just fell after queen to f2. Knight was hanging. Okay, who cares about h5 or h6? Black's up a piece. White resigned that one. The doctor is officially in first, 39 with fire. Toivok 3. FM opponent. 3rd time playing against this player. Let us see. Okay, another. Okay, many games now where he's just going queenside castle and going right after the king. Master defender is eliminated. Black has scooped up a pawn, maybe a risky one. Ooh, hitting both knights. Let's see, knight is under fire now, and can he get away with taking this pawn? No, he doesn't want that. He wants either a queen exchange or to win a piece, and cool sequence there by Team Black. He is up a pawn. Not the healthiest pawn. Is doubled. Okay, but we do have an imbalance present. And I don't think that, I think, no, if you do this move, it's allowing black to undouble the pawns. Let's see if black can convert this. Black is better. Let us see. Oh, here's the thing. I guess the knight is just never going to budge, although, that's tricky. Yeah, the king is finding a way to sneak in, although that's a cool move. Can't take because the bishop would fall. There isn't a way to create a passed pawn. Okay, now this pawn is sneaking by. Things have turned. White is now better. A passed a pawn, a connected passed pawn. The king's going to have, one of the pieces has to be devoted to stopping the pawn. Who's it going to be? I guess the bishop, but more material falls. Another pawn is going to fall. With check. Okay, and he has time on his side. You just don't take here. Yep, and he's going to push the king. You just have to watch out for sneakiness. Sneakiness one move later. No stalemates. Checkmate on board. Whew. An endgame magician. 43, 38, 32. Don't know how he does it. Okay, let's see. Put your knights on these two squares. We've been here before. Okay, the most experienced chess player in the world with this setup, I imagine. Let's see how it's treated. How's White going to handle this position? Okay, it is a locked, somewhat locked position. So White could kind of get away with these oddball beginning moves. Pressure here. Okay, it is officially locked. So you'd like a knight here, I would think. This is the only great break, unless there is some tactic, though. I don't know about f5. The knight can spring to life. So where is the play going to happen on the queen's side? Right, it has to be here. So he's going to do some, make some prep work for that. Shouldn't you want to get this bishop somewhere else before the break is in there? Is the bishop going to sneak around? Wow, White is actually hitting first. Things are opening up on the queen side. The doctor is down on the clock. He would like a dark square bishop exchange. This is a bad piece. This knight, mastered, well, I was going to say master defender. I don't know how great of a defender this guy is. Not an aggressive piece, just a defensive piece for the king. Let's see. Still down on the clock. Pressure on the bishop. If it backs up, we have this. And this move, the knight would fall, so he's got to go for a counterattack. But the same story right here on d2. What do? There isn't a good defense here. And he's going to push. That's a powerful pawn. And yeah, okay, we could resign now. Yeah, there's no getting out of this. This pig on the second rank was too much. That's the simple way to say it. You got a pig on the second rank. And that's a problem. Okay. 47 with fire. 40, 35. Another game against Green Knight. Okay, Green Knight. I am opponent. Let us see. Majority for White in the center. Defensive d4. Endgame on board. The king is not going to castle. This is a nice home. e3 it is. And where do we go from here? Okay, he's going to negate the knight. He's looked to play, gain all the space he can on the king side. Both rooks off. Both rooks off. He's going to grab a lot of space on the king side. Neither knight is budging. Notice wants to coordinate with the bishop, so fix a pawn on a dark square. He's eyeing up this square now. Not opposite color bishops. We have a minor piece in balance. Can take with the king or the pawn. So now this pawn restricts these two. The white king is entering. And what do we do from here? Okay, this pawn controls these two. The king is now officially entering. The knight is under control. And the bishop is controlling this guy, who's controlling this guy, tying down the knight, or the king. But this pawn is going to fall. Okay, I think this is a draw because of black's dark square blockade. It's going to get into a mouse race. Maybe we see a repetition. Is the knight going to be stuck? I don't think so. Put the knight here and here. Just bounce back and forth. Or one of these three. Okay, he's just liquidating. Yeah, he's going to the corner here. Is this going to be a draw? Is there a way that he can force a stalemate? Oh, there it is. He has to move the pawn. And now you're able to take and then push for checkmate. He's a wizard. There it is. Wow, it wasn't a draw. He forced this guy to move. Here, it doesn't matter. En passant. Look out. Okay, a mysterious move still to many. Okay, 51 with fire, 42 with fire, 36. I love that ending. Creep. 30. Again. All right. Let's see. D4 on board. How did that one end last time? Oh, yeah, I dropped a knight. Okay, he has black once more against creep. Let's see. 2-1. Majority for black. He does have a backward pawn, though. White does have a square to work with. And now that the knight is robbed of f3, this guy gets a little bit excited to run. Bishop here, light square bishop exchange, mate on g2. Knight on d3 is nice. This guy's not around anymore to defend that. Wow. This is broken for white. Queen feels like it's close to trapped. A knight here would be checkmate. Oh. Oh, the knight was defending that. I think there were multiple tactics there, but he just snapped that f-pawn off so fast. The knight is hit twice. Can you afford to give this pawn up? Maybe you just go here first and then swipe the knight next. Wow. This pawn, if you see that guy, is worth 1. Time to reassess. This guy is, that's a 3-4 point pawn. All this material still on board. The game is continuing. I'm not sure why exactly. Black is running out of pieces to attack. How many more can you attack here? Ooh, that was a violent game. 55, 46, 38. Still a lot of time to go. Okay. Oh, man. All right. Jigalko, get him. Slap him around. Let's see. Oh, B4. B4. Okay. This is, I don't know what we call this. Is this actually a gambit? It has an Evans gambit flair to it, yeah? Out of a Sicilian. Anyhow, Evans gambit of the Sicilian defense. Okay, white has some space. White has a little bit of lead in development. More than just a little bit, actually. Okay, let's see how he puts it to use. These pieces are still flying out. It's tough to get developed here, okay? This is, okay, can't take here because of the pressure on e5. Doesn't want to exchange knights and help black to develop, so keeps both knights on. This knight is pinned. The extra pawn black has is where exactly? I guess on the queen side, the B pawn, but it's stuck. It's not moving. In fact, these two now control these three, and black is having to bend over backwards just to get pieces looking like they're doing something, but that was a very, very odd way to deploy the rook. You don't see that every day. Rook up and over, throw the knight in the corner. Okay, meanwhile, the rook is on the 7th. Mate threat was threatened there on g7. And is this one a goner? Okay, you have a chop here. Okay, he's looking for maybe this. He's trying to break that knight post down, and it's going to be broken down. Yeah, that's a piece. Get out of the way. I want checkmate. He's got it with 10 seconds to spare. Whew. A 40 move game. 59 with fire. Boss is making sure it's not a runaway. 50 with fire. 39, 38. We have yet to get that pairing. The doctor versus the boss. Now it's the doctor versus the doctor. Let's see. Kingside fianchetto. Plant the pawn on d5. Okay, white going with some quick queenside play. Pressure on the rook. He's going to take the rook. No. He's going to try and get this pawn right back. White hangs on for the moment. Some space for the queen. I think that will just result in a queen exchange. Black was ready to just pick the c pawn up. And white is still up a pawn, but there are squares to work with. So even if you give up a pawn, this guy becomes an absolute monster. So trying to do something on the light squares, white's trying to shut the bishop down. The knight is kicked. Where's it going to go? Continues to push. Gonna slip in here before he's shut out of the action. He might swipe a pawn. That would give him a passer. Now he's taking the knight first. Okay, he's trying to get the B pawn. Now he takes the A pawn. There's 2 passers on board. No, more than 2. There's 5. All of these pawns are passed. One of them's a goner. Opposite color bishops, watch out. Mate on G7. That's why we have this big pause. He's seeing danger on the dark squares. And he should be afraid of that. Okay, so what's his defense? Time to run, he says. It's the best I can do. He's running for his life now. White should have, at minimum, a perpetual. He's looking for more. He's looking for dark squares. He's still sneaking in. The rook check. There's a bishop blocked. 3 seconds only. The doctor, I think, is going to go down. Not enough gas in the tank. There's a check. He's going to win this material, objectively winning, but the king is still running for his life. No time left. 0.58. Can he do it? He's still running? No way. No way. It's just not enough time. He made a mad dash for it. It wasn't enough, though. Okay. That one took the wind out of me. Knight King 96, next opponent. What a weird second move. Is this actually something? It was preventing D4, preventing white from recapturing towards the center immediately, at least. Wouldn't there have been a B4 move anyhow? Okay. Queen A5. Weird. Is this pawn going to be hunted? Maybe the queen drops back. The knight going to go in here looking at this square? No, all in. He's trying to kick the defender of this square. He's going all in. He wants G4. He wants E5. He's got E5. He's going to have the bishop here. Oh, he's thinking more of the knight than the bishop here. Queenside castle. He wants to have this knight around defending F7. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a broken down in-betweener. We have a check as well. Excuse me. Another in-betweener with the check. And now a capture. Opposite sides castling, looking for an open file. Maybe G4, H4. I think that tactic worked. No, maybe not. In the end, there's queen takes here. Okay. Oh, man. You got it. You have to put your bishop here. Can't move this guy. If this guy comes to life, you're dead. You may still be dead. He's going to try to do something with the light square bishop. Okay, white makes some progress there. He's circling around. He understands for sure that you put the bishop on this diagonal, it's going to give you something good. He is now up the exchange. The queen here is even a wonderful piece. Once more, white does not want this diagonal to open up. Black rooks are very active, gobbling up a pawn. Things are moving so fast. Yeah, this is excellent for Team Black. Gonna look to run with the pawn. White is in a pin. He's down on time. And let's see how this one finishes. Oh, okay. He dropped a rook, but he's pushing through with the queen. And that right there is checkmate. Okay. That light square diagonal. A real killer. Oof. 61, 58 with fire, boss. And the first time for this pairing. This is game number 10. First game of this tournament. 7-2 in the doctor's favor. Let's see. Okay. He's going to go queenside again. Giving up the exchange and a pawn. No. Just an exchange. Try and get at the king. A lot of weaknesses have been created on black's king side. Knight's jumping in. Don't budge. You have a responsibility. A fork may be nearby. There's also maybe this move or that move, picking up the light square bishop. Oh, hitting the queen and threatening mate. Oh, this is a goner. I don't think the boss is going to be getting this one. He's very speedy, but this queen is too much. The boss resigns. Okay, 63 with fire. That's a big win. That was a really big opportunity for boss. Okay, 120 to go. Man, these are a lot of fun. Rebecca Harris is in 14th, currently paired with I am Manchester United Pro. Okay, what kind of opening was this? The knight is just giving itself up for the f7 pawn, feeling very confident, is Carlsen. Black has to go uncastled as well. And yeah, he has picked up 2 pawns. It's not just a pawn, 2 pawns for the knight, and these 2 pawns are, I would say, certainly felt. Yeah. Ask this knight how he feels. Not very good. How about this? Looking to peel open the f-file. He's looking for mate in 2. That's shot down. Okay, he's in there. You can't take. Wow, super glued knight. Look at these 2. Not having their best day. Okay. He may not be he may not be finished. There's going to be an accident happening very soon. Let's just see. Okay, cracking open a line. Yeah, this one's going to be painful somehow. There is a check here. Maybe that's a start. We have rook takes and there's a queen check, but the knight and the queen are defending here. If not for that, that would have been a cool sequence. He's looking for something simple like queen h3. There is rook takes bishop if you want to just grab some material. He's looking for something flashy, maybe. Is the flash nearly there? You can't take the rook either because of forks. Look at the clock is actually very close. Okay, this he didn't find a knockout blow, and now it's going to come down to a rat race. Queen's gone. Pawns are still around. He's getting a queen. 1 second. Okay, he should be able to pre-move this one now. Wow. 1.6. I thought that was going to end in a spectacular way. No, in the end it comes down to a mouse race. 67 with fire. 60-44 is where we stand. Another game against the boss. 1 versus 2. Okay. Let's see how play develops. Is white going to play with c4? I think so. Oh, black's focusing on f4. Is there an accident going to happen on g3? There is. He's getting 2 pawns, 3 pawns with check. He has a perpetual if he wants it. He wants more. The knight can never block. The knight is pinned. Hitting the queen. He's picking up the rook. Doesn't want that either. Looking for something more. I'm not sure why he didn't go for the rook there. Okay, he's going for it now. 2 minor pieces versus the rook. Okay, I forgot that this is the imbalance I could stare at. Rook and 3 pawns versus 2 killer bees. I don't know if they're killers, though, in this position. Let's see. King has to be careful. Is he going to win a pawn? Or at least eliminate this key central pawn. So now it's a bit more controlled. Okay, there's a square to work with. The knight, if he could only get here or here. I don't know how you do that, though. First, some defensive f6. A nice advantage on the clock for the boss. Okay, the knight is able to make use of this square. It's tricky now for black. Very tricky. On the clock, for sure. He's moving with the kingside pawns. Continuing to move. And yeah, this one's tough. Okay, he's fighting back some on the clock. Yeah, it's evening out now. Oh, he just dropped a piece. The bishop's a goner. Oh, these pawns are moving too. What now? Another check. There's another check. He's winning the knight. There's no fancy mates. Okay, he's going to get this one. Yep. He's so fast. White is so fast here. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. What a slippery king. Oh my goodness. A ring around the rosy tactic. You gotta watch out for that one. Zhigalko. Wow, he nearly pulled that one off. Once more with his queen a5. Whoo. Okay. I haven't seen that one. Queen a5 in reply to the c3 Sicilian. Okay. That king was going every which way. Okay. This knight is a beast. Some pressure on the knight. And castles. What about a Saccaroni on this square? Saccaroni is not working. Queen here, knight here could be defended with bishop f5 then. That's one of the jobs the knight has, defend f5. Okay, minor piece imbalance, symmetrical structure, knight versus bishop. Control over f6, so this is the one move he's going to invest on the king side with the pawns to control two big pieces. Okay, now he's going to play on the king side. He wants some air for his king. He's got that. He also has some nice light squares to work with, so if it becomes... I'd say that this is a technical position. It's a very controlled position. Nice light square control. The knight here will be wonderful. We'll see how he gets there. He's going for d6 where he has a great choice. He's deciding on e4. He also is up on the clock by a lot and winning a piece. Big knight on e4 for sure. Okay, another W. 75 with fire, 62, 52, 50. Okay, 13-point edge over the number 2 guy, Baba Ramdev, next opponent. Currently 14th, Trumpovsky. Structure imbalance, minor piece imbalance. Where's this guy gonna go? Okay, isolated pawn. Still don't know where the king is going to go. Nearby, there is d5. And if these two are exchanged, these two are kind of crying. Okay, a check. You can't block with the queen. Light square bishops are going to be off. Let's see. You take the queen, there's going to be an in-betweener. Ouch, this one's already lost. This knight right here is worth so much. You're just never getting rid of it, and this bishop is suffering tall pawn syndrome. It's tough. Well, black just got a little something there. He has damaged the white pawns and has achieved more than I thought black would, I must say. That is an active rook, but the king is there in time, and you can't take here. This rook is dead. Isn't this rook dead? He's really close to dead. He has to do this, capture, and then play to c4. Everything else is under control. Oh, he's able to press. He should take here to maintain, or push, to maintain this key defender of the knight. And he has found a way to get active with the rook. I'm surprised at that. He could afford to give up a pawn just to exchange, although maybe this bishop hunts this guy. Okay, he's got another passer to work with. Yeah, it's tough to even attack this pawn. He's going to block and then push through. Okay, he's got this one now. Huh. And he found a way to get active. Team black. Okay, the doctor walks away with the W. But some nice moves there to achieve some activity for the rook. R stand 23, FM. C4. He's in 40th. Okay. Kingside fianchetto. And he's going to stay flexible with the f-pawn. Can move at any moment. Some space for white. Pawn on d5. He's going to fianchetto. He's going to try and show that his dark square bishop is better than this guy. Oh, he's walking right into a discovery? That is a very odd move. And is this a gunner? Is he just going to... he's going to just take the knight. He doesn't want to see a knight dropping into f3. He doesn't want to part ways with this valuable light square bishop, so... He's winning a queenside pawn in the process. Rook and pawn are hit, so he's... You can't take here. The queen has a responsibility. He is pushing. He's giving the rook some activity. Exchanging queens, though. He's up a pawn and looking for more. Is he going to run up with this guy? h4. Not sure why h4. Okay. Oh, is he trying to trap the bishop or something? Okay, this bishop's out of the ballgame now. Now that it's kicked off of this diagonal, this pawn feels like it wants to move quickly for a touchdown. Yeah, now takes the a8 rook. Rook takes is met with rook c8, and that's it. Okay, another W. So we have a couple draws, one loss, the rest wins. 83 with fire, 64, 60, 56. No game yet. Still logged in. There we go. Baba Ramdev again. Okay. Yeah, in their game it was the Trompovsky. Okay. Not this time. Some, I don't know, symmetrical English. Both sides fianchettoing. On the king side. Oh no, it's a quadruple fianchetto. Maybe that's the better way to say it. And oh, he's dropping. Well, that was a big blunder, yeah. Just dropped a full rook. The doctor. Ooh. Wow, that's a really odd blunder. Really odd. Pawn takes pawn. I don't know if we could say that's... I don't know. You can't even say that that's a mouse slip. I don't know. I don't think that's a moment where you... I don't know. That's not a mouse slip. That was just a blunder. Weird. Okay, even happens to a world champ. These are bullet games after all. Okay. What do we have here? A quiet position. Space. D4 on board, trying to exploit this unprotected bishop? Maybe. This rook will be brought to life. Queen exchange, and then maybe, well, I was going to say kick the knight and then take here. Now he's pushing with the pawn. He's going to take here. Or back up with the bishop. He's backing up. Does not want to allow white to recapture. Okay, he's just guarding everything. Freeing up the rook, playing a6. Alright. This knight is amazing. Black has a very good pawn. His pawn is ready to roll now in case white tries to undermine. He's playing f5 now, maintaining control over e4, maintaining control over d3. The king's going to look to the blockade. Or rook up and over as activity. Knight is a really good piece. Both knights are really well placed, I would say. A nice in-betweener. I love that in-betweener. It doesn't allow the rook to become active like this if black immediately captured. Okay, so now black rook is excellent, and we're, I think, just moments away from having promotion land. Check, and then here. Yeah, this knight is controlling the checks now, and nearby is a check, and then promotion with check. Both under 10, but black is winning this one. Okay, 85. Wow, what a stretch or what a streak for Watneg. 72 with fire, and this is the opponent. A big game for sure. 1 versus 2. Still just over an hour to go. Okay, King's Indian defense. Let's see what white goes for. Doesn't want that dark square bishop to be hunted by the knight, so nearby, this is a threat, so he's applying some pressure to the knight. And there is also a square the bishop can fly away to now on h2. With some prep work, white would like to get in b4 and c5. b4 is in. Knights are traded. And c5 is in. Also c4 for the knight. Really nice square, so some nice pressure against d6. White is okay with taking away from the center, in this case. Brings the rook right to life. The knight on a5 is fantastic, applying pressure to queenside pieces, or queenside squares. And with this knight is, wow, what an amazing journey that knight made. c4, a5, c6, and eventually e6. Taking advantage of all weak squares in black's position, white is up the exchange and simplifying this position. It's still a little bit scary. This knight has a nice post. I think you have to take here, otherwise there's feels like you're close to getting mated as white. Watch out for the forks. He's going to get this simplified a little bit. He's getting the pawn. He's getting some exchanges. Okay, this should be... well, I don't know. With this guy around. Oh, he's just taking like that. This pawn is too fast. Okay, now it's clean. Oh, black resigns. Okay, 87, a big win. That would have been 76 to 85 if Wattenegg had won. Okay, 87 with fire. 72, 66, 61. Rebecca Harris, who has moved up to 4th. Last I looked, I saw is in 14th, so has come up the ranks, back on page 1, top 5. Second time playing against Rebecca Harris in this tournament. Light square bishop exchange. What was the opening? Caro-Kann, it must have been. Exchange Caro-Kann. Very solid. Just a playable position for both sides. No great advantage for either. Both knights once more stand very well on these d3 and d6 squares right behind the d-pawns. Some play on the king side. This knight does not want to budge. Wants to control this knight on d6. He's in the tank. The threat here is to push and kick the queen away from defending the knight. Oh. He's coming up with this plan. He's shedding a pawn, but getting something very valuable. This guy right here, and you can't take the rook. A nice tactic right here. Queen takes rook is met with mate. Queen rook f6. Wow, rook takes, pawn takes, and oh, there's a knight block. White was eyeing up a check and then checkmate. Wow, what a cool sequence. Both under 20. How do you get at the king? He's running away. If he goes that way, there's a check. Is this going to be perpetual? He's running. He's making a mad dash for it. He's hidden. How do you get him? Trying to kick the queen away. Under 10. Both under 10 now. No perpetual. Wow. He's getting mated. He tried to do too much. King here. Queen f2 for mate. Wow. What a wild game. Out of an exchange Caro-Kann. Look at the king. Oh, I love that game. Okay, 87, 74, 68. Okay. And the boss again. I gotta say, both players just really went for it. Each, I think, had an opportunity to repeat moves if they wanted to, but both said, no, I want to win. I'm going to risk losing just to win. Somebody died in that game. Okay. Let's see. White is... okay, it's an imbalance. I keep forgetting I can look over here to see the imbalances. The material. Okay. Pressure here. There's a nice post for the rook on c4. Pressure on the knight. The queen exchange nearby. A knight is very good here. He's going to be maintained. You might want to also control this guy with f3 soon, or get active with the rook. He's getting active. And he wants both rooks off. A minor piece ending. Okay, he's scooping up a pawn. Superior minor piece, I would say, for white. And on top of it, the extra pawn. And it is a big one. It's a runner. It's a passer. And he's doing this to buy some time. He's giving a pawn back. Getting the pawn back, though. Still up a pawn. Nice control now for white. Down on time. That's the only issue. How do you successfully push this pawn through? It's not easy to coordinate. It's still down on the clock. Sneaky. You know, this bishop's ready to go here. Oh, but there is a fork. Okay, yeah, he is getting in there. He's going to get this pawn. Let's see how fast the a-pawn is. It might be fast. Take here. I mean, you can't go here anymore. Okay, he's just giving that up. He's playing for the clock now, clearly. A knight versus pawn. Imbalance. 7 seconds. I don't know. I'm going to give this one to the boss. He's found a way to simplify. You're going to have a repetition. He's going for it. Okay, this one I'm going to say is a draw. 4.8 is enough. Yeah. It'll be enough. Okay, draw on board, kings remaining. And that's it. 88, 74, 74. This is not a runaway. Under 60 to go. Yeah. And Rebecca Harris is on a nice streak as well. 69 with fire. 62 with fire. Okay, do we have another game? Yes. Here we go. What's this one? Venezuela. Turizaga? I'm not sure. Eduardo Turizaga? Yeah, I think that's a good guess. That makes sense. Okay, there's a tactic here. If you push, there's going to be knight here, I think. Okay, some space for black. The bishop pair for black. Defensive a7. Now the queen is hit. Yeah, white has some quick play on this c-file. The bishop is around to now control, and I think things are neutralized. He's going with rook to d8. Doesn't this bishop continually get harassed by the knight on one of these two? We're going to have some back and forth. Here, this knight is a giant pest on c5, so he's parting ways. He's giving up a pawn. This should be... I think this is better for white. Yeah, he's going to defend here. Okay, yeah, he's going to gobble up a couple pawns. You have to continually do something like this, although the king is there. Yeah. More active rook. And he's up a pawn. White has the more active rook. Yeah, this should be a win for white, I would say. Also considering he has twice as much time on the clock. Yeah, I'm going to give this one to white. Finding a nice way to slowly improve. Yeah, the pawns continue to march. Okay, the black rook got active. Fought back a little bit on the clock. I'm still going to give this one to Team White. Yep. He's winning this pawn. Yeah, the white king is very good, though. He's up to 3 pawns, 2 pawns. Not enough time remaining, and he's going to be pushing through. Check, and then promotion next with check. Turizaga got him. 3rd loss. 1, 2, 4th loss of this tournament. Allowing others to now catch up. 88, 76, 76. Another game against Rebecca Harris, who is looking to get another W against the Doctor. They split their 2 games. Let's see. Okay. Knight for bishop exchange. Breaking down d5. There's a square on d4 to work with. Doesn't care about a messed up kingside structure. Queen's not around yet, at least, to attack the king, but she She's eyeing up some weaknesses. So is the knight. Both the queen and the knight are drifting towards the king side. I don't know that there's enough to really attack the black king at this stage. Yeah, especially now with the queen so active and the knight ready to pounce. There was a fork threatened on d3. Once more wants a queen exchange. Now there is some activity for the black rook for sure. And now there was possibly a knight f3. Now I don't know what that would have really given black. Let's see. How is black going to stop this guy? This knight is tricky. Pressure on the bishop, threatening this to win the bishop. He's winning a pawn. He could win another one. There was a threat here, taking advantage of the pin. You might want to give a check and then play here. Okay, let's see. Does the king have enough time to do this and then mate? Oh, man. Why did he... No, it wasn't on purpose. He just blundered his knight. Wow. Rebecca Harris is going to get this one. I think. Yeah. Yeah, he's getting this one. He could even take here with check first. Rebecca Harris with a big win. Let's see where we're at with the standings. He dropped his knight there. 88-78 with fire. The boss is still around. Rebecca Harris 71. No game yet. Yes, we do have a game. Okay, inventing invention. The number 19 guy going with... Oh, he's bringing out his World Chess Championship prep. He's playing the Sicilian Sveshnikov. Okay, he said, I had enough here. Enough's enough. Time to bring out the World Championship prep. In the bullet game, look out. Okay. An inbounds. Is the f-pawn going to get rolling? Yes. Can't take here because of a checkeroni, and you lose the queen. Sneaky guy. A very sneaky guy. And is this giving him the f5 pawn as a result? Maybe. Yeah, the bishop is hit, but wait a second. The knight is pretty strong on f4. Is he going to hunt down the d6 pawn? Maybe. White's still trying to hang on to it. He finally says, you know what, let's just get off of this diagonal. It's too scary. He's trying to kick the knight so the queen can play here. Ooh. Knight here, but queen here, right? You could afford to just sack the rook because you're getting mate. Once more, these defensive queen moves, they're spotted so fast. Threat here is to win the bishop. Watch out. Maybe you could allow it? No, you can't, because you would take the rook, actually, instead of, trying to push through here. Okay. He's on the defensive. Black is on the defensive. This pawn is still around the d-pawn. How do you get rid of it? This is the way. Knight takes, rook takes pawn, and then there's a pin. So he's getting that pawn back, and he's still maintaining the pin because he does not want to exchange rooks and get into an opposite color bishop ending. He dropped the rook? Wasn't that on purpose? Okay. Rook versus a knight, bishop, and a pawn. 10 seconds on the clock. My voice is crackling. The king is flushed away. The king is sealed. The pawn's a runner. The knight is under fire. And okay, let's just stare at the clock, see what happens. Okay, who's faster? Don't go here. The bishop's got that square. 0.5. Throwing a sneaky check. 3 seconds. 0.5. He's on 0.5. 0.4. 0. Ooh! The old time burner got him. I guess he weighed, you know what? That 5-point rook is good enough for shaving off 0.5 seconds. He'll never be in a position to take that guy. Just take the rook and it's a draw. At least. No time to take the rook. Okay, another game. Toivak 3. Double fianchetto for the doctor. Playing with d4 at some point. Yes, now is that moment. And some trades. Can take here? No. Doesn't want the queen exchange. A light square bishop exchange. Okay, taking with the knight, the king, the king. Pressure on b3. Back off? No, he doesn't want to back off. He's hitting the bishop. Very active post. I guess it would be equal if you back up. Black is there in time, more active rooks. So the knight, quick to reposition, grabs a pawn. He's going to get to the 7th, though. Get the pawn back. Oh, he wants to break through on f7 and maintain the rooks if possible. Okay. Let's see how fast this pawn is. Can't get behind it just yet. Isn't white going to have to go on the defensive? It seems like it. You know. Let's see. Yeah, you couldn't attack the knight just yet because of this. He's going to flush this rook away and start pushing. Let's see. Toivak is up on the clock and has the more active rook. Let's see. Can't take here just yet because the rook would throw you in a pin. Okay, white has a passed pawn to work with. The king trying to sneak in here. The king's backing off. You don't want a double attack. Watch out. Ooh, there was a check there. He had an opportunity for a fork. Missed it, I think. Check. The rook's going to get back in time, and this pawn will be hunted. The clock is the only issue for white. Let's see. The knight's going to block. The pawn's going to be picked up. He would like to have this position simplify. Go fast. 1 second. Oh, he gets a fork. 0.9, 0.8. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. No time in the tank. The doctor goes down. 90, 82, 78. Wow. He's got some goose eggs in there. Under 50 minutes to go. The boss is still nearby. Only 8 back. Kyborg, 1987. We have a Caro-Kann not. Well, it started out as a main line. Knight f6, this Bronstein-Larsen variation, I believe. Taking away from the center. Focusing on rapid development, not caring about giving white a queenside majority. I think this is a cool variation to play for Bullet. Get some nice fast moves in there. Long term, it's very good for white because of this big factor on the queen side. White can, by force, produce a passed pawn on the queen side, whereas black cannot on the king side. Also, we're really seeing this take shape now with a connected passer, and on top of it, another pawn is picked up. Knight gonna circle in, mate threat, you have to get rid of it. Perpetual, is there a perpetual? How to take with the queen or the pawn, or maybe insert a check first. No, why would you want to do that? You'd end up losing this pawn. Okay, so queen here, first and foremost, preventing the perpetuals, and now he's ready to push through next. Wants to secure the king once he's on h2. He's got that covered. So the queen's going to stay here. Now there's a check. And, oh, he mouse slipped. That was a mouse slip. He wanted to take here, preventing this check. Now it's going to be a perpetual. Yeah, that was a mouse slip. This should be a perpetual. He's going to try for something, though. For sure. With the clock. He's going to try to be a sneaky king. He's going to be able to get this one on the clock. Wow. Yeah, that I would say was a mouse slip. Okay, enough time to go back. King takes f6 is what he wanted. Pretty sure. Okay. Leon. I am Leon, next opponent. c6 and now d5. Okay. That's a bit different. Challenging some on e5. Have to be careful as white castling. There's these, you could chop away on e5, taking advantage of a pin. Okay, we're far away from that being the case. Center is officially broken down. Ah, nice. Chop, chop. Black is up a piece. Black is up a piece. And continues to take more material. Fine on the clock. Bishop is pinned. Hitting the queen now. securing the queen. And getting the worst piece involved now. Knight on f6. Wants that bishop. Ah, nice tactic. Very smooth. Okay, that one's a goner. White resigns. 94 with fire. 85, 82, 80, 78. 45 minutes to go. There are going to be some big games soon. Zuber. I am Zuber. Let's see. We're going to get a mover. Yes, c4. 45 on the nose. Let's see what we get. Catalan? Land? How do you get this guy developed? Okay, bishop on d7 can certainly be tricky with this guy on g2. So, no light square bishop around anymore. Very solid structure for black. White playing with the bishop pair. Nice shot there. I think. Oh, he is taking with. He doesn't mind double isolated f pawns. Oof. Okay. Yeah, similar to the game against Rebecca Harris. I guess he's seeing that it's going to be okay. No problems to defend. Not enough white pieces to maybe kill me. Although a knight on f4 is a strong piece. Very good defender for white and aggressive piece. Offense and defense for this guy. There is a pin. He's trying to get rid of this pesky knight, but he's still around. Challenge this guy. Maybe even take that. Ooh. Oh, you can't take there because there would have been a tricky fork on f6. So he has given up. Black has given up the exchange. He's got a knight and a pawn for a rook. He's down 10 seconds on the clock. This pawn going to be a goner? Can you flush that knight away? No, maybe that was still there. I don't know. There is a counterattack against the rook. Things are changing so fast. The knight is secure for the moment. He's challenged. Doubled up on the clock. White is ahead. Check and then check. No. Okay, if king takes knight would have been checkmate. Down a rook now and down on the clock. I think the doctor's going down. He's going down. It's going to be mate soon. Also 0.55 remaining. Whoa. Another L. 94, 87, 82, 80. Oh, none of them. None of the top 7 have fire. Zhigalko next in 8th. Okay. Is this it's going with some 4 pawns attack. Let's see. Black's going to try and undermine e5. Chop away at defenders of e5. Directly put pressure on e5. You have to give it up. An in-betweener is kicking the knight back. Okay, another in-betweener. Not budging with this knight. Wants to get rid of a key defender. Okay, he's scooping up a pawn. Look at the knights. So white is down a pawn, but it is an opposite color, opposite sides castle's position. You can't take because there'd be this pin against the knight. So aggressive. Oh, man. The knight has a responsibility, yes. You can't move knight. It's a sad story. Pawn takes with a fork, a silly fork. A fianchetto knight. Oh, that is the moment to resign. Because the queen, I can assure you, the queen this is a move that makes you feel silly playing as black, right? Knight here, your queen, she just wants to see along the b file. The knight says, no, you will not see any of the b file squares. Time to resign. That's what he did. The wizard is next. Sicilian on board once more, bringing out the opening prep. No, scratch that. G5. Okay, this isn't serious opening prep if you're playing G5. I don't know, maybe it is. He's prepared to go queenside. Okay. Weird start to this one against the wizard, who was the winner in the warm-up. Queenside castles it is. Opposite sides castles it is. Let's see. F4, F3, G5. How do you want to do it? He's up a lot of time on the clock as well. White's trying to win a pawn. Black's trying to win the king. And he's going to get it. I'm pretty sure he's going to get it. I don't see how you defend this stuff. Oh, okay, F4, is that the saving move? I doubt it. I just don't see. Yeah, that's how you do it, I guess. You win the queen, you take the bishop first, and let's see the conversion. It's a queen versus rook position, and plenty of time on the clock. Okay. Well, he didn't get mated. He's still around. He's going to pick up the f-pawn, though. Yes. And he's had enough. The wizard throws in the towel. 98 with fire, 89, 85, and a fast pairing. Rebecca Harris again. Game number 4. The doctor hitting Rebecca Harris with g5 now. Okay, Rebecca Harris, get him. Show him that you can't do this stuff against me. It's not allowed. Okay, the knight is kicked. The g-pawn is won right back. Okay, I guess neither player will be castling kingside. No time to take the rook. The knight was on the queen there. Very active black rook. White does not want to give up the light square bishop. He's gaining some space here. Getting some development in, preparing to go queenside. The rook is hit. It's defended. You have to exchange rook. No, he's okay with going into a pin. He'll castle next, although this pressure is a bit annoying. Yeah, he has some untangling to do. He's having to bend over backwards. He's losing a queen for a rook with the sequence. Ooh. Okay, Rebecca Harris should have this one. Down a bit on the clock, but I would say he's going to get this one. Okay, he was just in the tank there for a little bit. It may have been a little bit too costly. Let's see, you can't take here because you would get the queen, the bishop and rook. He's thrown in a check. Oh, and that's a cool move. Nice geometry there. He's going to pick up the bishop at the end. The doctor resigns. Wow. Okay. That's opening things up. I mean, this is not a convincing last dozen games. In fact, when was the last 4? It's been a while. Manchester United Pro, currently in 12th. We have an exchange Slav. Bad bishop exchange for the good guy. Black's going to key in on e4, and white is going to do similar on the corresponding e5 square. Both holes now for the knights. Play on the king side. What's with this g-file play? King in the corner, preparing to double up. What's the story here? Pressure on c3. These two do a good job of controlling the entry squares. Black's still going to double up. Pressure on the knight. Pressure on f5 as well. The queen is hit. This guy is not contributing. Could take out that knight whenever, and you have a wonderful knight versus a dead bishop. So he could go in a technical way. White can, if he wants. Just trade the queens and probably convert this one. The ending, queen on g5. He's taking with the pawn. Okay, I think the knight would rather be here. Yeah, so now there's going to be some activity. The position has broken down some. This pawn is this guy a little bit dangerous. Yeah, this was not the cleanest approach, I'm pretty sure. The knight's going to maybe look to get to f5. He's throwing in a check first. Another check. Oh, what a cool sequence. Gotta go here, and then you're going to lose the rook. And that's going to be enough. This bishop's just a dummy staring at, all white pawns. Okay, the doctor. 36 minutes to go. 3 digits. 100 on the nose, 91, 87, 83. The boss is still around. It's once more a doctor versus doctor game. Okay. They split. All right, let's see. They played in this tournament, right? Yeah. Okay. Was a fork? Or no, there wasn't a fork threatened there. The knight's still going to jump in. He wants the light square bishop. The rook's going here. He knows that he knew the bishop was going to be captured and said, give me the c file. Make use of that. Wow. c5. There are a lot of weaknesses on the queen side. The knights are going to be able to do something. Here, oof. Kick away the defender of the bishop. I think there was more than one way to gain some material there. He did it very forcefully, and now he has fire. So does the boss. It's not in a game yet. 102, 93, 89, 85. Rebecca Harris also has fire. He is not. He's online. He's in the game now. Knight King 96, Bortnick. Their total score 20-8. Game 2 for this tournament. Let's see. Once more, this Alyekin. Throw the 4 pawns up, see what happens. Variation. Let's see. Okay, there's a trick to take here and here. You don't really want to have to take with the g-pawn unless he's... Okay. He's prepared to take with the bishop? You can take with the pawn because you would drop c4. Is he okay with just giving this up? I guess he is. He's got the 2 bishops. He's going to try to do something on the g-file. Maybe work with this guy. Meanwhile, the knights are not very good. This knight is frozen, has a defensive role. He could jump in here, no? Oh, he's going for a queen exchange. Okay, so... I wouldn't say it's a full pawn advantage that black has. Sure, there's got to be compensation here. In fact, black's going to maybe go hunting for another pawn. Does not want the a pawn. I'm not sure why exactly. Okay, black is finding some nice activity. Okay, he's giving up a bishop to get a pawn. Knight versus bishop position. The knight is not so stable. Rook on c5, and then rook takes a, and then this rook is ideally placed. Is black going to be able to do anything fast with these rooks? If yes, if no, then this is excellent for white. So, yeah, also, this knight is not having any fun. Rook has to go on the defensive just to defend the knight. You just maybe here first. Or offer rook exchange. Okay. And now that. Okay, so now, 7 seconds each. It's a mouse battle. Who's faster with the mouse? Careful, rook. Ooh, he had an opportunity to take the rook. 4 seconds. Throwing the time burners. Where are the time burners? Go fast. Go fast. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wow. Oh, a time burner. Wow, I think, yeah, Carlsen got time burner there at the end. Knight King won. 102, 97 with fire. Whoa, the boss is keeping it close. We still have 31 minutes to go. Once more, World Chess Championship prep. No, it's not World Championship prep. This is Dragonland. This is Dragonland. This isn't the Sicilian Zveshnikov. What am I talking about? Okay, a bishop pair versus non-bishop pair. Okay. I like this. Well, it was an isolated pawn. White has nice control over d4. In-betweener is winning a pawn. This is very good for black. He's up a pawn. It's a rook ending. I anticipate the bishops to be exchanged. Let's see if white can convert this. The doctor may go down again, giving others a chance to maybe catch up. He's looking to break. He's welcoming more exchanges. Rook and pawn ending. He's got an extra pawn and the more active rook. Can you convert this? Is this going to be a draw? Yes, you should be. No, you're not going to be able to make progress. It's a draw. You can't make progress. There's no move. Oh, he shouldn't have done that. No, black is going to win. Oh, he got too excited about making king moves. Whoa, the doctor wins that one. Objectively, it was a draw. What a win. Oh, that's to sting a little bit. Ooh, is he in pause mode? Just always a little bit curious. If you want to know if it stings, you know? GM Cranty. Let's see. Their score 3-1. Oh, man. Okay. It's not the greatest pawn structure in the world. Can white finish development? Let's see. This knight's not having a great day. Yeah, this is good for white. Let's see how he tries to weasel out of this. He doesn't want to take that f-pawn. Okay, wasn't there a moment before castles he could have captured that pawn? Anyhow, white is up a pawn and has a nice center, breaking now with d5. This rook is weird. This bishop is weird. I guess he was shooting for there. He is shooting for this. He has enough support for it. Mate threat, mate threat, mate threat. Oh, he just got mated. Okay, 104, 101, 91, 90, 90, 88. Oh, ooh, that one stings. That one stings. The two bishop mate. Oh, man. Let's see. What are we going to have here? Dark square bishops. Gonzo. Open file controlled by white, but it should be neutralized soon. Minor piece specific ending in ensuing, yes. Slight imbalance on the king side with the pawnies. Same colored bishops. Ideally, you want your pawns on dark if you're playing as white or black. Let's see. Okay. I don't know how you make progress. Okay, starting with this. Establishing a pawn on a light square. Notice the nice wall being formed here. Controlling the king. White has a slightly better white king position. Once more, white is now doing better. Perfect harmony between structure and bishop. Knight is having a tough time. Check on board. White king is improving. The knight is under control. The king continues to march. Oh, he's looking for mate. No, he's looking for check and pushing through. Although if you push, there is this check. He's guarding this first and now paving the way for this advance. Or maybe just looking to hunt the b-pawn. Also, ooh, who cares about the position? Look at the clock. Tripled. 30-10. Okay, he's going to get this one. Let's see how the other players are doing. Take a quick glance. There's nothing fancy going on here. You don't want to have to mate with knight and bishop versus king. So, stop that guy. Okay, well, one way or the other. And, yes. Okay, queen on board. 1 second remaining for the IM. Check. Okay, down he goes. 106, no fire. 103 with fire. The boss is one game away from being in first. Hayden, FM opponent, currently in 23rd. What was this? Must have been exchange French. I didn't see the initial moves. Completely open e-file. And slight lead in development for white. Double up on the e-file, throw a knight into this square. No, okay, he's going to challenge d5. Isn't this allowing black to have a nice square to work with on d5? Okay, no, he's taking twice. Ooh, Pac-Man mode. Not double check, discover check. That just one white minor piece. He's up a knight and a pawn. And will easily convert this. The knight circling in here. Let's see. Knight right here. Or a queen right here. All right, queen has a responsibility. Looking for some trades. Cool. That's one way to do it. A fancy way to get the queens off. It's even on the clock. It's a knight advantage. Okay, and now you should be able to go much faster. Oh, looking for some sneaky. He saw that sneakiness in what was it? His first game. Rebecca Harris did a sneaky move. Okay, sometimes you have to do the sneaky moves when you're objectively gone. Knight there is good. Queen next. He's going to play on to the very end. Hayden, under 10. Plenty of time. King is cut off. Pawns are mopped up. Is he going to... How many queens is he going to get? Just one? Just one. And mate in a couple. Or one. Okay, where do we stand? Ooh, whoa. For just a second there, the boss was ahead. 107, 108, 107. 24 minutes to go. Baba Ramdev next opponent. This is going to be a photo finish. Let's see. We have Roy Lopez. And what's with this G5 stuff? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Is this from studying Leela Chess Zero games or something? I don't know. Is Leela suggesting this G5 move in some scenarios? Having some fun, maybe? And that's about it? Okay, there should be a nice attack, I think, for Team Black on the king side. Any moment, one of these two are going to hit, or the knight's going to drop into f4. This. Also, now that the knight is on g6, this knight never has a reply. Knight h4 anymore, if g4 is in. Great space. Oh, knight here next. Queen takes pawn. This one's gone. Queen here. You're getting the exchange. Oh, it's just made on g2. That knight. What a killer. Okay, a big win. 112, 111. The boss is in a game with Rebecca Harris, who's not out of it either. Currently in third. No game yet. It's going to be a big game. Boss versus Doctor. Okay, Pap G. Let's see. Currently in 36th. 22 minutes to go. B5 by Pap G. What's this knight move about? Doesn't mind getting kicked. The idea is to free up the f-pawn. Wants to get rolling with f5. Let's see. f5 with knight to f4. No. g5 in this case. And also clearing the way for queen h5. Okay. The attack is still brewing. Don't be surprised to see a knight drop right into f6. Well, there he goes. This pawn's a killer. The queen wants in. Oh, dark squares too. This guy's excited to do something, but it should be enough. Or it should be scary enough to try and deal with the queen getting to g7. Wow, that one just cost about 15 seconds, it seemed. He's not even going to give the pawn up. Black was prepared to just give it back. I think he's going to resign. He's going to stare at the clock. Yeah, maybe one quick glance at the clock at the end there, and time to hit that resign button. Okay, 116. Ooh, a big loss. Rebecca Harris beat up the boss. 116 with fire. 111. Watneg, next opponent. 21 minutes to go. Still very close. Someone has to extinguish the Doctor here if others are going to have a chance at first place. 5-point edge, 21 minutes to go. Queenside play, space for white. There's a hole on c4. I don't know that you can take advantage of it if you're playing as black. White is better here, I think. Although, it could be... to be a little bit careful is white, because this knight has the g4. Okay, forget about it. White is, I believe, for sure better, even though there is this passer. I don't know anymore. Okay, this should just be equal. It feels like it's easier to play as white somehow. I don't know. I wouldn't like to have to defend this pawn. The white king is finding it easier to get activated. Maybe that's the thing here. I feel like this should be a draw. Maybe you're going to have a back and forth. Back and forth now. He's going to take that pawn? Doesn't want to take that pawn. Okay, we're having a back and forth. A draw on board. No fire. 118, 112, 98. 6 back is the boss, who had a draw. Currently in a game with Baba Ramdev. Under 20. Now, I am opponent, having a very good tournament. 5th place currently. Nico Theo. They've played before. Oh, in this tournament, I'm expecting to see it highlighted in a different way if it was from this tournament. Okay, anyhow. Black is up a pawn, but white has an extra pawn, let's say, on the king side. He's circling into e6, giving up the d pawn, trying to get the a pawn. Doesn't care about the a pawn, cares more about controlling this push, maybe. His knight is very good on e6. There's a threat on f7. How do you defend that? You just take the knight. Exchange the rook, and now going to Pac-Man with the queen? No. Take out the e-pawn first. More pressure on f7. There's a check here. And any good follow-up checks? Okay. Rook takes, we're going to get the queens off. Is that the plan? Technical ending, this pawn is really scary. Now that the b-pawn isn't around, this guy flies. Gonna have the queens off. It's too scary to defend the 7th rank squares. And here we go, the pawn is bolting. The rook can play here. He doesn't want to do that. Doesn't want to exchange and maybe try to run with this guy. I guess the timing wouldn't have been right. If only the rook was here right now for a checkmate on f8. The bishop is going to have to go. You could try a check and then here, trying for mate, but he's not going to fall for that. Easily defended. The king is not in a mating net now, and this pawn will be pushing through. Also the clock time. Very good for the doctor. 20-3, call it. He should be getting this W, a big one. How many more games? 8? Maybe? Okay, down on time, Nico Theo. 120, 114, 102. Let's see. 6 back. Rebecca Harris 3rd, but with fire. Needs to have a really nice run if he's going to make a... He's going to try to get first. Let's see. Watneg again. He's going with the H-pawn. Stopped. H4, H5. Secure the bishop. No knight G4. Opposite sides castling. Let's see where the king wants to go. So be careful of this knight C4 move. So the bishop needs to stick around. Okay, he's not so quick to castle kingside. Wants to keep this rook around to maybe defend in case there's a G4 break the rook is brought to life. A lot of in-betweeners there. White is now down a minor piece, but is looking for an attack for sure. Oh, that's a painful one. Knight G6 for mate. Okay, 122, 114. That's a big win. This one right here, Eddie Marsala, FM opponent, 20th. Certain moves sting in the game. I don't know if it sounds weird when I occasionally do that, but I don't know. That's just how I would feel if I got mated like that. You know, certain moves are painful. That's one of the painful ones. Okay, this is not the healthiest structure around. White is up a pawn and has, I believe, the superior minor piece, and I think every piece is better, actually. It's up a pawn, has wonderful targets. This knight is currently hanging, and simplifications are fine. Okay. More trades. We're going to have more trades. Could just give this back up, the material. He's got a rook and 3 pawns versus the knight. He wants it all. He's got it. 126, 116. All top 3, all with fire. I think we're going to get Rebecca Harris versus Doctor. 126, 110. I think they both just... Well, I know the Doctor finished. We're going to get that pairing? I think it's a yes. It's a yes. Rebecca Harris, I'd say, needs to win this one. We're going to have G5 action. More G5 action. Rebecca Harris is currently up 3-1 in this tournament over the Doctor. Ooh, this has to be scary. No G-pawn around, no dark square bishop around for black. And white has a dark square bishop on top of it all. Take very good care of the dark squares. This knight cooked. Not quite. You can't do this because of check. And then queen takes bishop. Okay. He is up a piece. Black is up a piece now. That knight got stuck. Okay. He's looking for this. No skewer. Okay, the knight's jumping in. He just wants to get rid of that bishop. Kick the knight. Black's up a piece. It's a knight versus 2 pawns. It's also up a little bit on the clock. It's not a mate threat. The knight is there defending. He really wants to get rid of this bishop. White's making life difficult, for sure. Hitting the knight. Some pressure on it. There are checks. Queen is hit. Is he going to play this move? He wants that queen off. Well, the knight here was a threat. Once more, one. Okay, now it's white who's trying to get the queens off. Okay, 13 seconds to 17. The game continues. These guys are so fast. Wow. A lot of pressure white is putting on black here. Gotta say, and now it's come to a mouse race again. You could take the rook. You could also block. He's getting mated? Oh no, the king is slipping away. Go, go, go. I don't even know what's happening here. Oh, he's got a queen. He's got mate. He's got the rook. He's throwing in a time burner. There's another queen. How did that happen? Who won? I didn't even have time to... 1.5 Rebecca Harris with the W. Whoa, the Doctor goes down. I don't know what happened there. It was just a blur. Oh, 126, 124. Oh, big game. The boss with the win is in first with a 2-point lead. Massive game right here. Oh, let's see. Alrighty. The boss is up on the clock. No surprise. One of the fastest players you'll find. Okay, let's see. What do we do here? Can't take. The rook is in a pickle. He's in a pin. Okay, this is very good for black. Has a very nice square to work with. This knight is enormous on d5. Gonna maybe just push. Okay, no, he's defending. The knight on e6. To watch out for tricks. Okay, the knight is there, but still tricks may be around. You could take the knight. He's found a way to coordinate. He's still up on the clock as well. He's going hunting. Black is. He's looking for the a-pawn. The knight is hit. now that the rook is cut off. Okay, so he's taking the bishop. He's simplifying a little bit. The pawn is passed. It's an extra pawn. And what do we do from here? Knight takes pawn. This. There's also checks. Oh, okay. He's really in the tank. Oh, nice tactic. Ooh. You won a piece there, and the boss threw in the towel. Oh, big win. It's not over yet. This tournament is not over yet. Only 4-point edge. Also, Rebecca Hare is still with fire. 14 points back. Still possible. Nico Theo again. Roy Lopez. I guess Berlin land is where we're headed. Okay. Nico Theo. I think that's a... Was that a mouse slip? G5? Did he mean G6? I don't know. G-pawns are going crazy in this tournament. Let's see. He's breaking with D5. Queens on or off? Still wants to keep the queens on. Safer king? Makes sense. Keep the most aggressive piece around. Not sure why you recapture with this, the king rook instead of the... I don't know, I thought you would recapture a different rook there. Anyhow. What do we do? Tough to assess this one. Okay, the knight has some nice squares to work with. There's a check. Is there a good follow-up there? I'm not seeing it. Both rooks off? Well, both rooks off would drop b7. White is for choice here. This bishop's a strong piece. Okay, he's trying to get rid of that bishop. No, he's not. Reposition the bishop to e3. Okay, where do we go here? Okay, there's a square here for black to work with. The big battle over this square. Yeah, the knight's looking to jump in there. He's just won a pawn. Is he going to get it right back? He's up on the clock. I am Nico Theo. Let's see. A passer also can be created. Okay, he's putting a stop to that. Oh, but there is a check. Also, that guy would be really fast if you took. Okay. This pawn's going to be picked up. White should be able to move really fast. Yeah, he's gaining on the clock now. Oh, he's down on time. A big win. 130 with fire, 126, 114. Ooh, took a tough loss, Rebecca Harris. No fire anymore, so I think he's going to be out of it. But the boss is still around. 7 minutes to go. Let's see. Open D file. Gonna reposition the knight one day. This knight is eyeing up this square. Yes, and now D4 is nearby. Okay, play on the king side. Activity here is backing up. Doesn't want to take and give this knight a beautiful square. Pressure on the knight. This guy needs to move, so the bishop is defending. Although if the knight moves... Oh, if the knight here, there's knight takes pawn. Tough to defend. You could still take here, kicking the queen away from defense. No takes here because rook takes rook, double check, and mate. Okay. So white has just won a pawn with that sequence. It's now technical. Now this structure is killing the bishop. No play left. Black resigns. That's a big 4. 134 with fire, 6 minutes to go. Looking very close to a win here for the doctor. Only 3 minutes to go. Rebecca Harris again. Any chance for second? Not really. No. Not seeing it. I think that's how it's going to finish. 1, 2, 3. Although I didn't look at the 4 guy. Position 4 I didn't look at. He's just over 3,000. Will it finish like that? Is he winning a piece? He's winning a piece, yeah? It's a little complicated still, because if the knight moves, there's this, and there's also this nearby, getting the piece back. Yeah, that pawn was hungry. if you took on b5. So he got the material back, or got the minor piece back. Black is still up a pawn, though, and has a tremendous knight on d5. And should be able to convert this without an issue. He's ready to take out the defender of the knight, also secure this. It's tricky. Here, yeah. Oh, he could take. Wow. Okay. A slippery player for sure. Trying to take the bishop and then the knight now. Pressure on a2 and the knight. Okay, it's keeping the knights around. The knight around. Needs to challenge this guy. The king. The white king is much more active, and all of a sudden white is better in every way. King position, rook position, knight position, up a pawn. What more do you want? And you can't even approach anymore. He's going to resign. He resigned. Wow. Ooh. Wait a second. 134, 128. Are we going to get that game against the boss? Is the boss in the game? Yes, he is. Whoa, it is not over. 134, 128. If the boss wins, he's only 2 back. If he wins his next 2 games, we're going to find out. Only 4 minutes to go. I think he's going to get in 2 more games. I mean, he's already in a game. Who knows how far along that one is? Maybe he gets in 3 games. All right, let's see. It's a photo finish again. He's trying to hunt the king. This is a very good defensive piece and aggressive piece. Offense, defense. Pressure here. How do you get rid of this guy, though? Isn't he just too good? That bishop on d5. The king has taken a stroll towards the queen side. Okay, yeah, he says, just get rid of that light square bishop. You're too good, man. Get out of here. Material. A bishop versus rook and pawn. Even on the clock, 30 seconds each, 2:55 remaining in the tournament. The rook is hit, making 1 threat. Watch out. Once the queen's off. Yeah, if you took the bishop, you're getting mated. So this is excellent for black. Objectively winning. Better minor piece. More material. 2 pawns up. And let's see if he can convert. Oh, he was in pre-move mode. There goes a knight, and he resigned. The doctor goes down, and the boss has 132. He won. Are we going to get that pairing? No, the boss is in a game with the creep. Creep 30. I don't know who'd win on tie breaks. And it's also not... Okay, Rebecca Harris again. It's not a lock for Rebecca Harris to get 3rd. Ooh. Okay. I don't know how this one's going to finish. The boss might get it. Even if the doctor wins this one and the boss wins this one, who's going to win on tie breaks? They'd be even. It'd come down to the performance, and I don't know what the performance is. I would think he'd win on tie breaks. I don't know. It's just my guess with all the games he's played against Rebecca Harris, but I don't know. We're going to have to look. What's going on here? Okay. I was so focused on the standings, I wasn't even looking at any of the moves of this game. 120. Is it even going to finish? First of all. There are checks. There are passers. There's pressure on e5. The knight is pinned. Queen is very active. It's ready to take the knight now. The queen is hit. f7 pressure. Had to defend. That was a mate in 2 threat. 1 minute to go. Is this game even going to finish? What did the boss do? So many unanswered questions. Okay. The knight is still around. 48 seconds to go. It's keeping material on board. The knight's in a pin. More pressure on the knight. More time ticking off the game clock and the tournament clock. 35 seconds left. Oh, two rooks still around. It's tricky. It's tactical still. King's running for his life. 15, 25 to go. Oh, man. Is this one even going to finish? Under 10. Go. You're up a full knight this time. 14 seconds. 13, 12. You're going to have to win on the clock. Or not on the clock, on position. 7 seconds. Check. 6 seconds. This game is not going to finish. 2, 1. And he's not going to get this one objectively. It's not going to count for the tournament. It's going to be a win for Rebecca Harris. And the standings. Oh, the boss took it. Oh, and on top of it, it didn't matter if the doctor won because he berserked. The boss berserked his way. He made sure. What a finish. Even if the doctor won that one, the boss was going to take it. He berserked his last game. What did he do? He beat up Nico Theo in a berserk game. Was that his only berserk? He berserked one game. 2% berserk rate. The boss takes it. Wow, he was in the mix the whole while. Right to the end, a buzzer beater berserk win. Wow. 135, 134, 120, 118, 111. The top 5, and also Rebecca Harris dropped down to 4th. Watneg, I guess, won his last game. Top 5 walk away with this payout. 500, 250, 125, 75, 50. Wow, what an event. This was a really good one. I thought the last one was really good. This was another fantastic finish. Oh, the competition. Man. Okay, let's see all the pages. Page number 2. Pragnananda was in there, finishing 12th. Nihal Sarin as well, 17th. Okay, let's see page 3. Past winner, Manchester United Pro, finishing 22nd. Let's see all the pages, then I could stare at the chat for a little bit. I've been glued to the board. Wow. Wow. I mean, I think it was just for a quick second during the tournament where Boss was in first, just for a blink, and then only at the very end. Wow. Amazing. Very risky too. I mean, I want to see what their performance ratings are in case. I kind of want to see if it did end as a tie. I wonder who had the better performance. Oh no, I don't have to look at that. I could just look here. 3,036. Yeah, I think even if it was a tie, I think the boss would have beaten him out. Huh. Like if he didn't berserk, if he just won without berserking, I think he would have won on tie breaks. But he wasn't chancing it. He won outright. Didn't require any tie breaks. And why am I still going through these pages? I don't know. Okay. How many actually played? Okay, I guess 263 played at least one game. That's as far as I should have gone. 263 competed in this one. Okay. Congrats. Congrats to all players. Awesome event. All right. That was great.